Again, they must. I don't know if they think that the sausage grinder is going to work this time. But you got to remember, and this is something that liberals, I guess, should be in support of, but they're not going to be because they've been so indoctrinated. This is the first time in my life where a presidential candidate owes literally nobody nothing. Nobody.
Yeah, but
nothing.
I mean, I'm just
think about that. Think about how independent that is. That he owes nobody nothing.
I know, and I'm afraid of sabotage from within our own party because all that Mitch McConnell thinks about is himself, his own political career, and Paul Ryan, it seems to me lately, has been kind of thinking that way. I didn't think so when he was with Romney, but definitely so for Mitch McConnell. So how do they choose a new majority leader that's going to go along with the program if it's necessary?
Well, so, a lot of these establishment anti-Trump Republicans got reelected. And you know what? They should all be thanking Trump because if it weren't for him, they would have lost in the down ballot.
Yeah, absolutely, because in Indiana, I can tell that with the governor's race, most of us voted straight ticket Republican, and that's why our governor's race that was predicted to be a lot closer than what it was a landslide victory. And so what that tells me, especially in Indiana and in Kentucky, where Mitch McConnell's from, that folks are voting straight Republican. But I guarantee you this: if it was an off-year election for McConnell, his ass probably would be going home.
The only reason why Rubio and Johnson, and look, I only hold one real issue against Rubio, and it's immigration. Okay, that's it. I like Marco Rubio. I think he's a solid conservative, but for his ridiculous foray into immigration with Chuck Schumer and Dick Durbin. But the only reason why Marco Rubio got reelected was because he won on the down ballot. Same thing for Johnson, same thing for Toomey. That's the only reason why some of these guys got reelected, and they better damn well acknowledge it.
Absolutely, sir. And they're going to be going in there and asking, what can I do to help? And not be thinking about what's best for my career, what is best for the people, and what is it that the people voted for, and what we actually stood up and said, this is what we want. I'm sorry if it's not politically correct, and I don't care. I'm sorry if it pisses some people off. But it's best for the country, and it's what we need right now in 2016.
Well, thank you very much for the call. Let's see. We're getting calls from Canada and California. It's an odd day today. Josh, Canada, you're in the WillCal Majority. Hello.
WillCal, you opened up with joy.
To make Oreo cookies. That was a staple in his campaign speech.
Or what if you're expecting that there would be a wall? And but I think to Donald Trump's disadvantage here in the rhetoric now coming into governing, he has a Republican House and a Republican Senate. He does not have a foil. He does not have an explanation for why things don't get done. Mm-hmm. He does not have Republicans who aren't reaching out to work with him now, because many of them are, and you're going to have Democrats in the Senate who, by the way, don't have the power to filibuster confirmations for cabinet posts because the Democrats took away the filibuster for that 3 years ago. And if they try to do that over his Supreme Court pick, we should count on Republicans in the Senate getting rid of the filibuster for that. So there is not going to be something where Trump says, "Oh, it's because of this that things didn't get done."
I also think that you need to think a little bit about these Donald Trump supporters, and I think one of the smartest observations about them has been that they took him seriously, but not literally.
Yeah.
And in going out, and I spent a lot of time in Georgia talking to Donald Trump supporters, and they most of them didn't think there would be Muslims would be rounded up, and they didn't. And a wall to them was a quick and easy way, a shorthand for immigration reform. So where and stronger immigration policies certainly, but they did not. When he said build a wall and Mexico will pay for it, many of them, and these are very strong supporters of his, heard that as we're just going to enforce our borders more. And and Hillary Clinton was out there trying to give out her 18-point immigration
She was trying to litigate
plan.
it.
And it never stuck in your head. But for him, so I don't think people are going to hold him accountable for does the wall actually start being built brick by brick,
and is it a beautiful wall?
Maybe So I just think that's a sort of my sense is that it's more of a we we needed an outsider to shake things up.
Yeah.
So, and again, maybe I spent a lot of time this week with Elizabeth Warren, and she and Bernie Sanders both reached out to Donald Trump this week and offered a pretty robust agenda of things they could do with him. And I think it's not. I just think we have to think a little bit differently, because I think it is possible that he will have. I think what people are saying is they wanted Washington to be different from how it's been, and working with somebody like Sanders or Warren would be very different.
You can't change Washington. You can't. Washington is Washington. There's a great line from the movie 8 mm.